What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I bring my reaction to a Jungle Scout recent post that I got via email about what to sell in Q3, specifically in 2022. And I'll say this much, I was a bit surprised by what I read in the actual blog post. So right now you're gonna see my reaction to that and a heck of a lot more. So I'm super fired up for this video. I don't do a lot of these. There's not much that I see in my inbox that gets me excited. I hope you're excited. Let's go and do this. All right, you dirty bastards. I didn't mean that kind of excitement, but hey, let's see what's going on here. So I got this in my inbox today, and I was pleasantly surprised by what I went through in this particular post. And I will say this much, there is sort of an art to picking out products specifically for different quarters on Amazon. A lot of the products do tend to be seasonal, but as I read through this, I made several realizations that I kind of already knew. It was just at an unconscious level, and a lot of what they published is very useful for newbies, but I will say that there are certain things that newbies do have to watch out for. So if you have ever had trouble picking out products to sell on Amazon, you want to pay close attention, because I'm going to give you a lot of tips in addition to what they've already done here. And I will say this, Brian Connolly, whoever the heck you are, this is a pretty good job, buddy, considering I don't know how much you're into the whole Amazon game. And I kind of thought that this was pretty well written and pretty well thought out. And at the end of the day, it does use data, so numbers don't lie, and that's specifically what they give you here. So pretty much it breaks things down. And again, I'm going to talk about each of these things that it pops in here, and I'm also going to take a look at, it gives you some numbers in terms of, we'll take a look at bathing suits. It gives you the 30-day search volume numbers, as well as the 30-day percentage that is going up in the 90-day trend. So not really a lot of useful numbers. I'm guessing that these are from some sort of piece of the whole Jungle Scout ecosystem. I'm not sure, maybe like Keyword Scout or whatever else they offer. And as a side note, I do not use Jungle Scout. I think there's other alternatives that work just as well, and they're a lot cheaper. And Jungle Scout used to have a deal back in the day where you paid a one-time fee and it was yours for life. I think now it's a monthly fee. So again, I don't think that it's something that I would really recommend. If you certainly are a huge fan of it, then go for it. It'll work just as well as several of the other things. But I don't know where these numbers come from. I'm going to compare them to the numbers that I get straight out of the back end from Amazon. So the first one is bathing suits for men and women. While this might seem like a perfect choice for somebody that's brand spanking new to sell on Amazon, here's the problem with that. First and foremost, they are seasonal, unless you live somewhere like me in Florida, and then you're sporting these things all year round, even on Christmas. But the point is that most people don't live in Florida, and most people are not going to wear baby blue shorts with pink dolphins. Right? Pink dolphins, come on. But let's be real here. If you're brand new, you're going to have to buy a lot of different design types as well as sizes, which can become a logistical nightmare. On top of that, add into that the fact that it's a seasonal item. So it's going to have its high peak, and then it's going to shoot down and hit the ground faster than a 12-pound hefty bag full of vegetable juice. Plop, it's going to finish. It's going to be donezo, people. And then if you're stuck with a bunch of them, you're not going to be a happy camper. So that's the problem with these. But let's just take a quick peek at what the real numbers are with this in regards to the back end on Amazon. So I'm just going to stick the term on here, paste it, and I'm going to look at let's look at the weekly range, because monthly could be the case that it's not really trending yet. Bathing suits for men, let's just look for men and see what pops up here on the weekly. You'll notice that they have 149,000 in search frequency rate, which is okay. That's not the best. That's certainly not the worst. If we take a look at women, again, we're dealing with a whole nother issue. There's a lot of women that have a lot up top and a little bit in the middle, and or vice versa. They got some junk in the trunk and they have little itty bitty, you know what I'm talking about. So unless you have a tankini bathing suit, that's number 63, they vary quite a bit. And let's just take a look at tankinis just for the sake of looking to see what the heck's going on here. If it's a one piece or a two piece, again, you're dealing with now two different pieces. You're going to have to mix and match like they've done here, just in order to make sure, like I said, you're not dealing with a lot of junk in the trunk and little itty bitty, you know what's. And that's the whole problem with the bathing suit niche, and why I would definitely not recommend that for beginners. So although the numbers look stellar and extremely attractive, that certainly is not one that I would go with. However, like I said, I really like the whole write-up that he did here. You'll notice it also says that the bathing suit for women is a lot less popular than the bathing suit for men, and the numbers don't show that. The numbers show that women, as I always say, man, them ladies be buying every damn thing on the planet, and chances are they're buying the shorts for the men, people. So you got to keep that in mind before you jump into either one of these particular niches. So let's go on to the next product. Here is the trend that it shows. Again, if we go take a look at this on Google Trends, it might show us other data. So altogether, that was one product that I did not like. Let's get on to the rest of this good bit of info that Brian did come up with. Number 2, wedding related product. That's fantastic. Fantastic idea. Again, weddings are happening all year round, but most people tend to like to get married in the summer. But here's where it gets really good. Now, not only will wedding related products sell, but we make a lot of things and on the merch platform or on the KDP platform that would be able to sell based on what we've seen here with the data. So with that being said, there's t-shirts, there's bachelorette party t-shirts, there's bachelor party t-shirts that sell. There's the future Mrs. X and YZ, whatever her last name is. Here's Mr. and Mrs. There's journals, there's remembrance books, there's all sorts of shit that these women buy that will work if you're in either niche. So you don't have to be in physical products to be able to understand that this is definitely a big winner. Now, with that being said, if we look at wedding, it's got a pretty good amount of 30-day search volume. It also is 20% up and 59% up the past 90 days. And again, I think that has a lot to do with the simple fact, like I said, in the summertime, that's when people are getting married. So they note that wedding and wedding gifts. Let's take a look at both on here and see what pops up. So if we look at wedding, we'll see, is it a powerhouse keyword? And the answer is yes. Look at this. Wedding guest dresses for women. The dresses are wedding gifts 1662. Wedding gifts is a more powerful keyword than wedding. So the data that they have on here, let's take a look at what it shows. So the data that they have on here, let's take a look at what it shows. This one has wedding as 75,000 search volume and has wedding gifts as they don't show wedding gift, 31,000 exact searches. Again, it shows it a little backwards. It shows that wedding gifts isn't as powerful as wedding, but that's not what I'm seeing in the back end. But however, that is a fantastic idea for any niche, physical products, merch, and or even KDP. It does extremely, extremely well. Let's get on to the next one. This used to be one of my favorite things to sell when I was in retail arbitrage. And hey, if you're still in retail arbitrage and replenishables, it's certainly something that you need to investigate further. There are probably loads and loads of products that you could sell bundled up or that you could replenish all year round for the school season. So back to school supplies, again, no surprise that they are up at the top, and it is also another niche that you can sell again in your merch, in your t-shirts. I see all these like introduction to kindergarten or future graduate of 2023 and so forth, and or t-shirts that relate to just being in a certain grade and going back to school. That will always sell, as will journals. Kids need journals to write, to take notes in. So school themed journals as well as kindergarten journals and things that are just going on in pop culture will certainly work for this particular niche. Let's take a look at these numbers. Back to school, 5,000 30-day search volume, and I'm sure it has school supplies, which here it is, school supplies, 205,000 exact searches. Let's take a look again at this information. Back to school is 19,713, which is pretty good. And back to school supplies, or just is 9,700. Let's look at school supplies and see if that does better than any one of those two. Now, yeah, school supplies 732 is absolutely crushing it. Back to school supplies is second, and then followed by the third and final one, which is back to school, which is in this example 5,000, with school supplies 205,000. It's great example that they showed here. Every number seems to be pretty spot on right here. Here we got back to school supplies, and back to school. Everything is spot on. So that's an excellent idea on their part and something you should certainly pay attention to no matter which model on Amazon you are working. Here's the next one, outdoor decor. Again, a fantastic idea for almost any model that you're running, whether it's merch, because again, it's just clothes. T-shirts will sell all year round. KDP, you can make a lot of things that have this sort of theme of an outdoor. You got camping, you got road tripping, you got all these different logbooks that you can do. And then lastly, physical products, which is clear as day that people are going to want to be outside, and particularly in well-lit areas as they want to be outside. They're not freezing their nuts off. They're not freezing their ass off. It's not the middle of winter. It's nice outside and they want to be outside. And they can be outside for various reasons. Camping, barbecuing, and sitting by the pool. All great ideas for them to do. And again, outdoor decor has a pretty good search volume, as do solar lights, which we talked about here. So I'm not going to go into that one. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. We know what we're doing outside. A lot of us are out there drinking, right? Drinking is the best thing to do, particularly during a recession. There's nothing better than chugging back a whole bottle of Don Julio and a hot summer night. It's fantastic, people. All right, 4th of July products and supplies. Another terrific one that, again, will sell in just about any niche. Physical products, merch, a lot of t-shirts that are themed for 4th of July. In fact, they show one right here with the eagle and a flag. How much more American can you get than that, people? And then finally, KDP. Once again, there's a lot of journals that are themed for this particular holiday. There's a lot of things that you could do for this particular holiday. And it's going to be largely gain more popularity as we edge closer and closer to 4th of July, which is just around the corner. So 4th of July technically gets 10,733 searches. And the other one that they show is that's pretty much it. Other than that, there's a few of the other ones. 4th of July decor, July 4th decor, 4th of July shirts for women gets 11,527. Let's just see how popular that one is. This is pretty much a t-shirt. Frequency rank 226. So fantastic keyword right there that Brian pulled out of Jungle Scout, whatever in the hell this thing is. But it did a pretty damn good job. This 4th of July t-shirts for women, 4th of July shirts for women, 20,500. 4th of July outfits for women. Those women will buy any damn thing, people. I'm telling you, just throw a product out there and they will buy it. But it further on goes to talk about a little of the things that Jungle Scout has. I figure this is very similar to Helium 10 or just about anything you use. Again, I'm not an affiliate for Jungle Scout, nor do I recommend it. I'm sure it's a just fine enough tool. In fact, I think I have it. The problem that I had with it is it just was intense on my Chrome usage. And so I've only been able to test the standard Jungle Scout app. I've not been able to test any of these other things. And I'm not an affiliate for it, so I certainly cannot recommend it to you guys since I've not done a thorough test. But it's just like any one of those other tools out there, and it will work and do its job good enough, as Brian has so perfectly demonstrated here on his well-written article. So thumbs up for this article. If you guys haven't seen it and you want to see more data or information on it, I will link it below, as well as put your questions and comments. I will make sure I personally get to those, and I'll see you guys next time. Let me know how you like this style of video, and if you want me to continue to react to things either in my inbox and or other videos, I certainly will be more than happy to do so. Peace out.